Okay, so basically what we have here is it's an older version of Christopher Robin.
Yeah.
So, but the beginning starts with young Christopher Robin.
Yeah.
He's hanging out with Pooh and his friends, but he's going off to boarding school, and he's like, I gotta go. I gotta leave the
100 Acre Wood.
100 Acre Wood.
Yep.
And then, but I'll never forget you. He goes off to war. He marries Haley Atwell. Oh, it's Ewan McGregor playing Christopher Robin.
Right.
And then clearly he forgets Pooh.
Yeah, he becomes an adult. He even says this to Pooh at one
Yeah.
point in the movie. I became an adult.
Yeah, I became an adult. He got a job. He kind of neglects his family.
Yeah.
Then he's given the task to basically lay off, like 20% of the people or something like that, which he
Right.
doesn't want to do.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, Pooh, you go back to Pooh in the 100 Acre Wood, and he's lost all his friends.
Right.
So he goes to London through the door, and they kind of meet each other. And so basically neglecting his family and his job, he goes off to help Pooh find his friends.
Yes.
And so I don't know how far we want to go into it without giving things away.
Well, there really isn't anything else.
well,
That's the whole story.
What's
that you
the
just said.
Hufflepuff or like whatever?
The Heffalump, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like they're scared of
Yeah.
that, but we won't get into much more than that because I don't want to ruin things. Let's jump into it because the first I want to jump. I really liked it, but I do have one big negative.
Yeah.
It takes so long to get into that it's a kid movie.
Yeah.
Like it's very dark in the beginning. Like
It is definitely dark. I feel like the story, as thin as you just said it was,
Yeah.
takes a long time to actually find its footing.
Yeah.
As simple as it is, it should have been really obvious from the beginning what we were about
Yeah.
watching this film. And it's not from the start. You're not really sure what it's going to be.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of red herrings, like the weird neighbor. You
I-
see him a
I
couple
didn't-
times, and then it just sort of stops being a thing.
Yeah. It was kind of just useless.
His kid doesn't seem to be important at the beginning, and then suddenly at the end, she's critical to the story. I really wasn't sure what it was going to be until the end, and I had a chance to reflect back on all of it.
It's a little I'd say unbalanced.
I would call it uneven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so that's my negative part of it.
Yeah.
But I really liked it because I think it's so full of heart and love because the characters are fantastic. They steal the show from the humans.
You mean the Pooh characters? Yes.
Yeah.
The voice acting is really good, and the animation's
Oh my
fantastic.
God, Jim Cummings as
Yeah,
Pooh,
I know.
and he's also Tigger.
Yeah.
Is so good,
Yeah.
and it's just like you just hear his heart or his voice, and your heart just warms up.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I love this. But the animation, that's where I find so much positivity with this movie.
This wasn't even really a movie experience for me. This was, I mean, as it was for Ewan McGregor's character, a trip back to childhood for me. Because I read these books, I loved them. When I got older, I read that whole Tao of Pooh thing. And everything Pooh says you want to put on a T-shirt because it's this perfect aphoristic view of the world that you just want to remember forever.
It's those motivational posters.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So for me, that experience was great. As a movie, I felt like it was a missed opportunity. I felt like the things that needed to take a little more time actually didn't.
Yeah.
Like, once people realized that these stuffed animals can talk, they accepted it like that and moved on.
See, I like that though.
Well, they want it to feel real, like this could actually be happening. Then I want the human reactions to feel real too.
Yeah.
That was my one critique, but it's tiny.
But my biggest love of this movie, one is the characters themselves and the way they look because they're tattered, they're torn,
Yeah.
like they've been loved.
Well, didn't you love the look of the whole thing?
Yeah.
The 100 Acre Wood was fantastic.
It's so good.
And the depiction of London was really great too.
I'll be honest, I cried.
Yeah, me too. I definitely welled up at one of the sitting on the log moments.
Oh God,
yeah.
No, my wife and I saw it down in LA at the junket, and I'm sitting there just watching it, and just tears just coming down. And I look over her, and she's just like,
"Oh yeah." Well, Kat's a crier. We all know that. Kat's a crier.
No, I know it's not perfect, but I really really liked it. Not many movies get me in the heart like that. I think Ewan McGregor did a great job. Haley Atwell's great. The story's a little uneven.
Yeah.
I'm at 3 stars.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as a former human child, I would be there with you. I think
everybody a former human child.
Indeed. I stated some real science there for you folks, but as a former human child, I want to be right there with you at 3, but I have to be honest and say that as a movie, I think it's 2.5.
All right, 2.5 stars. It's still good though.
Definitely.
You're gonna cry.
You're gonna cry. You're gonna love the animation. You're gonna love the look and feel. They nail that.
So 2.5 stars?
Yeah.
2.5 stars over here, 3 stars for Christopher Robin.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
Definitely.
You'll cry. Coming up next on Big Movie Mouth Off, I sit down with the cast of Dog Days. Stay tuned.